Welcome, anybody I must be watching, to AJ Plays Yumina the Ethereal. It has been probably a couple months. 11, 10. Yeah, about that. Almost 2 months. I blame Nathan. Yeah, I'll blame Nathan. Anyways, last time beat Deele, and now we're gonna go fight the short kid whose name I'm pretty sure is Rishane, but I'm not 100% sure, but I'm about 90% sure. We've arrived at the top of the building. It's the highest point on Algoda, lit by a starry sky. Rishane is standing there. He awaits us with a smile on his face.
やっぱりここまで来たか。でも意外と遅かったね。
Oh, shut up, Rishane. Stop breaking the walls of reality. It's over, Rishane. Your ether frame ends here. I won't obey someone who treats ethereals as things. I'll never let you get away with it.
別に君たちの許しは必要ないよ。僕は僕の理想を形にするだけ。
やっぱり戦うしか。
そしてそれはもう始まっているんだ。
The floor under my feet is starting to tremble. I almost lose my balance, but manage to keep myself upright. It's not an earthquake. It's not originating somewhere in the city. Something big, something absurdly massive is approaching from down below.
箱舟もう起動しちゃったからね。
Bastard. What do you think you're doing?
あとは君たちを捕まえるだけなんだけど、その前に残ってた話をしてあげようか。
そんなざれ言をこれ以上聞く気はない。
All four of us and point them at Rishane. Ding? But right before we attack, my body suddenly freezes up right where it is. I can't move at all, as if my body is frozen solid. Is this Rishane's ethereal power?
いや、違うよ。僕はイシディアルじゃない。イシディアルはこの宇宙、ラドシェウスが持つ固有の存在だからね。
この宇宙、どういうこと？
僕も、そして異空体も、本来ならこの宇宙の住人ではないのさ。異空体は別の宇宙にいる存在。彼らの目的は本体をラドシェウスに到達させることなんだ。
何よそれ、異空体の本体？
バライッソ異空体戦の戦場跡。あそこには今大きな穴が開いている。宇宙の外側につながる次元の門さ。
Are we gonna go through? I hope we go through.
異空体はその穴を広げようとしている。飲み込んだイシディアルを想念結晶と化し、空間に固着させることでね。それが完成すればこの宇宙は終わる。ラドシェウスは今滅びの運命、存亡の危機に直面してるんだよ。
You're one to talk. You've been killing ethereals by the hundreds yourself.
皆殺しなんて人聞きが悪いな。天空体に同化することは死ぬことじゃない。誰にも侵されない聖域で生き続ける。この宇宙も君たちも天空体によって守られるんだ。永遠の安息がどんなに素晴らしいか、君たちだってすぐにそれがわかるさ。さて、まずは元失敗作の歩むから行こうか。天空体の中に送ってあげる。
Yeah, I'd prefer if he didn't. Damn it. Rishane approaches me. I still can't move. He's taking his time as if he's savoring the moment.
貴様、思い上がるなよ。すべてが思い通りに行くなど。
分かってるよ、そのくらい。今まで何度も失敗を繰り返してきたんだ。僕の計画はなかなかうまくいかないけれど、あいにく時間だけはいくらでもあるんだ。数えきれない挫折を味わうほどにね。だからこそ今はとっても嬉しい。 やっと違う結末を迎えられるんだよ。
そうだな。これがお前の結末だ。
I don't understand what's going on. Rishane stops in front of me. His eyes go wide in shock. Also, for some reason, there's a sword sticking out of his chest. Oh, okay. It's a nasty sword I've seen before. Oh, wait. Nope, that was Corrales' voice, I bet. Yep. Darn. I know that he said Takedo died, but for a moment I thought he was suddenly gonna appear. I was like... But I knew that the voice sounded too familiar. Corrales has skewered Rishane on his sword without so much as an expression on his face. Rishane limply topples forward.
なるほど。結末か。確かにこれは新鮮だよ。最悪の形だけどね。
力なき者に望む未来など来ない。絶望の海に無音のまま沈め。
Corrales pulls back his sword. Fresh blood drips off of it. Without support, Rishane crumbles to the floor, still wearing that strange smile. At the same time, my body is free from whatever was holding it until now.
Rishane様、そんな。
He wanted to not really kill us, but somewhat.
カラレス、まさか貴様がこの場に現れるとはな。
We immediately set ourselves up for battle, but Corrales doesn't raise his sword against us in return. What'd you come here for? Ran away before, so what's the point of coming back?
勘違いをするな。今はお前たちに用はない。天空体を奪いに来た。それだけだ。
Oh. If the EDs are hooking up Ethereals to the hole to make it bigger, if he takes the ether frame, that would be bad. Corrales reaches out towards Rishane's body and holds his hand over it. Rishane's body begins to glow, then disintegrates as if it was made out of sand.
ちょっと、何する気？止めるわよ、私は。
Again, the ground shakes, and this time it's far worse. The whole room buckles and tilts as if the city itself is being shaken up by a giant. Then the ground cracks open, and the fissure runs between Corrales and us. Also, but I may have pointed this out before, but if you just look right there, top of his head, it doesn't really move very much.
すでに起動していたな。まあいい。すべて飲み込むまでのこと。
やばい、逃げるぞ。ちょっと、あいつを何とかしなきゃ。我々にはもう無理だ。このままでは宇宙の藻くずになるぞ。
Damn it. Mr. Chaos Corrales remains where he is. The sight burns itself onto my retinas even as I dash off to the exit. Dots?
なんだこれは。一体何が起きている？
The entire universe is about to self-destruct. You should probably get out of there.
姉様、無事ですか？ありがとう。これはなんだ？リシェイ様はどうなった？説明する暇はありません。とにかくここから逃げます。
おそらく地表も危険だ。なんとかしてゼーレルムまで戻るぞ。
Dots? The tremors originate from within the city's core, causing walls to crack. Cracked walls begin to warp ominously, changing into a different shape like some kind of puzzle. Outside of the building, we desperately dash toward the landing pod. Then we see a familiar silhouette. It's a radiant frame. Nope. Hey, Zeta. Zeta, how did you get here?
大気圏内でもなんとか飛べるからな。まずいことが起きてるからフレームで駆けつけたってわけだ。
ありがたい。全員乗れるか？
短時間なら生身もシールドで保護できる。手荒な運転だが我慢しろよ。
Jump onto the radiant frame's arm and look back. Celestial cities already started to change where I was standing just a moment ago.
よし、離脱するぜ。全速力だ。
Dots? Frame leaps up into the air and boosts upward. As I try to get my breath back, I stare at the landscape below. Oh boy, is there gonna be... No? Darn. Did we make it?
ここまで来れば平気でしょ。揺れてるのはアルゴダ星だけみたいだし。いや、まずいな、これは。他に何かが起きてる。
おい、お前ら。なんかあの町からすごい反応が広がってるぞ。
え？反応って
わかんねえ。爆発か？ゼーレルムまで巻き込まれる。
Should probably get back quickly then. Too late.
みんなまでならば私も協力する。せめて格納庫まで障壁を張り続ける。でも姉様、その体では全員の命が危ない。ここで出し惜しみする余裕などあるまい。
なら私もつうかみんなも。
当然だ。全力で行くぞ。
From the pot into the fire. What the hell is going on this time? A lot of dots, apparently. Jeez. Dots.
Ayumu! Ayumu!
Did he pass out? Apparently. Erg? My head.
大丈夫だ。体も頭も無事のようだな。
Wait, I don't like what you're implying there. Huh? I slowly get up. It seems I was lying unconscious on the floor. A big dark space stretches out in front of me. I see we made it to the Zellerman's hangar, which is just as big as always. I remember the frame coming in hard, then hitting the wall. My memory stops there. What about the others?
とりあえず揃ってる。壁に突っ込んだフレームが無事ならだけどね。
Deele, and I too. Are you okay?
もう食べられない。
ベタな寝言など放っておけ。相手にしていられるか。
Now you're just being cold. Come on, wake up.
歩む型チョコレート。
No.
ああ、たくよ。ほとんど大破じゃねえか、これ。
ジーダも無事だったか。お前のおかげで助かった。感謝する。
生きてる心地がしないけどな。
そうよ。私たち生きてるの？ここって本当にゼーレルム？
Is something weird going on, or are they just speaking metaphorically?
わからん。格納庫に入ったところで船ごと何かに飲み込まれたようだが。
There are mechanics around us. They look surprised because of the frame's rough arrival, but they don't seem hurt in any way. However, I feel uneasy. Something about this place seems different.
大丈夫でしたか、皆さん。
なんとかね。みんな無事でよかったわ。本当に無事なのかどうか怪しいけど。
I'm just saying this would be a great chance if this suddenly turned into a horror game.
ここではわかりませんな。艦長に報告に行くしかないのでは。
Suddenly becomes corpse party.
そうだな。観測データがあれば何かわかるだろう。行くぞ。
全員帰還したか。
We take a translocator and arrive on the bridge. But once there, we look up in mute amazement without even answering the captain. We're at a loss for words. Even the regular formalities escape us. The big window usually looks out on space, but right now there's something else out there. It's the ether frame. It's a completely different space than the one we were in previously. It doesn't look like anything I know. The source is located right in front of the Zellerman. It's a bright object, like a sun. The object is an enormous man-shaped body.
あれはなんだ。 ここは我々の宇宙なのか。
わかりません。計器は作動していますが、数値が異常で。
まさか別次元の空間なのか。
何よ、あれ。私たち、どこにいるの
Chapter 8, Pierce the Sky, Selfish Heart. Is that Yumina's, next form? Maybe. Hopefully. Looks like it'll be interesting. The Zellerm is in an extraordinary situation. We finally recovered from our initial shock. The captain instructs the bridge crew to get an idea of the current situation.
どうだ、観測は可能か？
はい、機器は使用可能のようです。しかし、今までにこんなことは。
Oh, I just remember. Horrible time to mention this. But I was looking on a visual novel database like a week ago, just out of curiosity to see what it said about Yumina, and apparently there's gonna be a thing focusing on oh no, I'm blanking on her name. The sword girl. You know, and like I guess that entire universe. I'm assuming that entire universe. It takes, but yeah, I forget when it's supposed to come out, but I think it's sometime this year. So yeah, there's that.
なんなのよ、もう。天国じゃあるまいし。
大きなエネルギーを感じ、我々は確かにそれに飲み込まれた。そしてこの場所か。
強制的に転移させられたとでも言うのか？戦艦一隻だぞ。そう簡単には飛べないぜ。
Other than the feeling that they're having and the fact that the ether frame is out there, it doesn't really. They haven't really said anything else that's different. So I'm not quite sure why they can't just be like, oh, a giant robot suddenly appeared, and why they're so convinced they're in a different universe.
でも、確かにここは今までと違う場所。私たちが夢でも見ていない限りは。
Unless I missed something. Past our moment of panic, but that doesn't mean we're any clearer on what we're dealing with. Still a mystery where we are and what it is we are looking at. Crew of this arm is trying their best to gather information, but it seems like it's going to take a while. They should see if they can get any long-range communications going up. Contact the guy with the horn, whose name I also forget. Meanwhile, we report to Captain Easel on what we found on Algoda. Mainly, that means we tell him about Rishane's plan for the ether frame. We have no evidence for it, but there's no reason to assume he was lying to us. Then we bring up his death at Kralls' hands. Deele's the one who was hit hardest by that news.
そんなバカな。リシェイン様が殺されただと？
悪いが事実だ。我々の目の前でカラレスはリシェインを殺したんだ。天空体を奪うと言ってな。
But if Kralls hadn't shown up, we would have all died there.
歩む。
So Kralls is just a sundry.
貴様、カラレスの行為を肯定するつもりか
That's not what I meant. I'm only saying that what Rishane was doing was nothing more than using us as a sacrifice.
確かにな。イシリアルを犠牲にして天空体とやらを完成させるなんて人として認められることじゃない。
姉様はそれを知っていたのですか？
天空計画の目的については一部だが聞いていた。だがその実態までは。
犠牲になることを承知でユミナを利用しイシリアルの覚醒を促していたわけではないと。
ちょっとキララ、そんな言い方は。
悪意があるのは承知の上だ。だが私も盲目的にリシェイン様に従っているわけではない。その計画が
多くの人類に不利益をもたらすものであったならば、私とて異を唱えていただろう。
姉様。
The bridge goes quiet. There's a grave expression on Deele's face. Her master, Rishane, sacrificed many Ethereals. There's no avoiding that truth. And now that Rishane himself has been killed by Kralls, there's nobody left to protect Deele. She must realize that herself too. But right now, we've got greater concerns. It's pointless to discuss Rishane right now. Let's focus on what's going on around the ship.
そうだな。ファルは状況は？
はい、調査を継続中ですが、奇妙な事態が起こっています。
Right? What exactly is that something?
ゼーレルムの動力炉が停止しています。今は動力が一切供給されていません。
You see that background, Foul? That is called having power. Also, translocators. In most, situations, I've found that they would require a lot of power.
どういう意味？コンピューターとかはちゃんと使えてるじゃない。
I guess I should just wait to say what I have to say until a few lines later. Thank you, Yumina.
本来の動力とは別の何かがこの船を動かしています。船の機関や形状まで別の何かに変異しているようです。
Shade shape how?
ゼーレルムじゃなくなってるってことか？船の中身の俺たちが変なところに強制で転移させられたとか？
いえ、それは考えにくいです。システムの認証はゼーレルムと何ら変わりありませんから。私たちの捜査もちゃんと受け付けています。確かにここはゼーレルムなんです。
ではゼーレルムに何かが取り付き融合したという可能性は？
リシェインの話が真実であるなら、箱舟とやらが最有力候補になるか。
箱舟とゼーレルムが融合したということ？
天界都市を崩壊させアルゴダ星を飲み込んだ何か。すでにゼーレルムもその一部に取り込まれているのかもしれん。
Wait a minute, if we're essentially aboard the Ark, then that must be...
天空体。
The Zalm is facing a humongous silhouette sitting at the center of the space. It has a certain dignity to it, as if it's the lord and master over everything here. Up until now, it hasn't moved or acted in any way. But the glow it's emitting is growing stronger. The bright light washes over the people on the bridge.
何？敵の攻撃？
いや違うな、精神干渉か。
天空体より未知のエネルギーを検出。イシリアル特性に近いもののようですが。
これは嫌な雰囲気だな。ユミナの歌を聴いてる時とは逆に感じるぜ。
同感。まるで私たちの力が天空体に吸い取られているような。
Should probably go the other direction then. Yeah, you're right. That's not all. Like Fowl said, the Zillium is being bombarded by something that reminds me of Ethereal power. It's like a forced influx of will. It's trying to subjugate our minds, suppressing our own will. It commands us to desire it. We can't resist the call. Everything must become one. The words hammer on my consciousness.
なんだ？何が起きている？
ゼーレルム自体の出力が低下しています。影響は上位にだけにとどまりません。このままこの場所に居続けたら確実に飲み込まれます。
How are we going to get away from it? There's no way out.
おそらくここも本来の宇宙とは別の次元なのだろう。
Oh,
通常の手段では到底脱出できまい。
Karara, you are going to pass out.
ならば黒川、お前の能力なら可能なのか？次元の壁を越える能力、そう言っていたな。
いや無理だ。天空体の支配力が強すぎる。門を作れるほどこの空間は脆くない。
Well, I guess that's good in a way.
さあどうすればいいの？まるで底なし沼じゃないのよ。
天空体を破壊するしかない。
Uh, Deele stares at the ether frame with a grim expression. Her voice makes it clear that she intends to take responsibility as an Ethereal.
私も同感ですが、本当にできるのですか？
確証はない。だが天空体さえ破壊すれば支配力を消滅させられるはず。
つまりあのでかいのにありったけの力を叩き込むってわけか。それならさっさと始めるしかなさそうだな。
Have fun, Zeta. Rishane called it the ultimate power. There's no telling how strong it is. But even so, we have to fight with all our strength. Our lives, as well as the lives of everyone else on the zone, depend on it. I'm not the only one who's thinking it. Everyone on the bridge is gazing up at the shining ether frame. There's no time to waste. We've got to break it to pieces somehow. And... Suddenly, Yumina interrupts me in a loud voice. Since we are all of the same mind, her objection is like a pebble thrown at the calm surface of a pond. Everyone looks at Yumina in surprise, but Yumina is just looking at the ether frame. What do you mean, no? You mean we shouldn't break the ether frame? What are you saying at a time like this?
壊しちゃダメ。そしたら今度こそ取り返しがつかなくなるわよ。あいつ言ってたじゃない。死んだわけじゃない。部員になって人は心を取られても生きているって。
Oh no.
ユミナ。
Okay then, Yumina, do you have a better idea?
私のせい。私が何も知らずに言われた通りに歌ってたから。
Yumina, of course it's not your fault. I try to somehow pacify Yumina in her bitterness. But then I notice that my own voice is just as emotional as hers. That's because over time I've come to fully realize how she thinks, what she's trying to do. We did what we had to do, didn't we? There's no point in blaming ourselves for that. It's meaningless to feel guilty or to feel responsible.
ごめん。変な言い方になったかも。別にそれが嫌なわけじゃない。何より私がみんなを助けたいの。きっと大丈夫だから。あそこにいるみんながまだ生きてるなら、私の呼びかけに答えてくれると思う。ユミナなら何をする気？歌うわ。みんなのために。
She sounds firm, her mind is made up, her will unshakable.
私の歌を聴いて心をつないだ人たちならきっと今だって待ってくれてる。だから私が呼びかけるの。みんなを助けてくださいって。
確かに天空体の意識に影響を与えることができれば脱出も可能か。
Hey, Chief, wait a minute, if Yumina sings... Yumina sung before to save us. But her power isn't just convenient without conditions, she's already been in danger because of it twice. She fell into a comatose state because she overused her ethereal power. I know just how severe that condition is because I touched her heart directly on both occasions. In addition, we're facing something wholly unknown. It's very likely that the strain on her will be higher than before. Yumina and Karara should both realize that. What if you collapse again? The chief even said that you might suffer brain death if you keep using your ethereal power like that.
だから大丈夫だってば。私ならそのくらい平気だから。
But...
今大事なのは我々が助かるかどうかだ。議論すべきは後のことよりも今取り得る手段としての有用性だろ
う。ユミナ、それで天空体の力を抑えてゼーレルムを脱出させられるという確証はあるの？うん、きっとできる。ただの出任せじゃなくて今ならできるって信じられる。だって一度は届いた歌だから。私の思いは受け取ってもらえたから。だから何度でも私は歌えるよ。やだな、そんなに深刻な顔しないでよ。ほら、やってみたら案外平気だったとか取り越しくらいかもしれないじゃない。でもね、もし
I'll save you. I cut her off with a heartfelt statement. Obviously, I'm also saying it to stop her from saying the rest. I don't want her to speculate on what will happen if I can't save her. It turns out I worried for nothing. I'll laugh at myself with you. If things get bad, I'll wake you up no matter what it takes. I'll give you hell for overdoing it. You can count on it.
わかった。お願いね。
Even I think it's strange. Even though I said it might get bad, I'm forcing myself into thinking that it's fine that way. I have no choice. If I don't, then Yumina will run off into the distance and disappear from sight completely.
意見が統一されたと考えていいのか？
バッチリよ。いつもの場所に行くからお願い。わかりました。戦闘ブリッジへの転送、イシリアル能力の干渉支援、すぐに準備に入ります。
私にはできないことか。悔しいが、それは事実なのだろうな。
仕方ないさ。俺たちはユミナを応援する。それが俺たちにできることなんだろ。
そうだな。それが私の役目なら、せめてやり遂げよう。
Nobody on the bridge raises a voice in protest to Yumina's plan. Her resolve is just that firm. Ethereal power has the ability to make what you imagine become real. That's why Yumina is able to directly appeal to those she wants to protect. Yumika's ideal was to sacrifice everything she had for the sake of making as many people happy as possible. Yumina is trying to accomplish the same thing. My job in this is to watch over her and protect her without getting in the way of her hopes.
ユミナ、私たちはユミナの力を信じている。私頑張るからね。でもユミナも歩夢のことを信じていて、忘れないでいた方がいい。当たり前よ。感謝してるもの。歩夢、今までありがとうね。なんだかんだで私はあんたに感謝してるからさ。
Wish you wouldn't say it like that. I bet back the complaint. Instead, I forced a smile. You wouldn't want to thank me for no reason. That's why I want to acknowledge what she's trying to do as well. Go for it, Yumina. If worst comes to worst, I'll save you.
分かってるって。それじゃ行ってきます。
Maybe I was looking for a place where I could... Oh, this is probably Yumina. For as long as I could remember, I lived with the teachers in the... Yep. In the orphanage. I didn't know anything else. But then I met people from outside, and I learned that my life wasn't normal. When they heard about my life, they called me a poor thing. Normally, you were supposed to get care and protection from your parents, and not getting that made you a poor thing. That's how everyone looked at me. I was pretty shocked. What I used to think was normal turned out to be wrong. That's the kind of impact it had. I came to realize that the place I was in wasn't where I belonged. So I tried to become normal. I tried to learn about the other people in the world, and to be just like them. But at first, I had no idea what to do. There was no simple answer to the question of how I could find natural happiness. All I could do was listen to what people told me and try to act on it. It wasn't normal, and the others knew what normality was. It wasn't easy, but at least I had an objective which made me feel better. It was okay that I didn't belong where I was. So long as I had an objective, I'd be able to find it. I felt that I was supposed to walk around, or toward, a place where I could belong, so long as I knew where that was. That way, people wouldn't call me a poor thing who didn't know normal happiness. So, as I kept winning my way through the student council war, I started feeling happy. I was really confused at first, but I heard everyone's voices as I made progress. They were all waiting for me. They were cheering me on as I continued to run. The place where I belonged was to respond to their hopes and wishes. I felt that that was the happiness for me. And then the stage changed to outer space. Up until then, I thought that my goal had been given to me, but at that time, I knew what I had to do. The normality I didn't know, the unconditional love of a parent. Never got a chance to experience it firsthand, but the memories my mom left behind allowed me to feel it more than strongly enough. My mom was trying to create a future world for us. My own goal aligned itself with that. The normality I tried to achieve for so long was right there. For comparison, a normal child might admire her parents, study to become just like them. Though my mom had a somewhat vague job description, being the savior of the universe and everything. but I didn't mind aiming for the same future my mom did at all. In fact, I like doing it. So now I will sing. Like my mother wished, like she believed. Someone else's happiness is my happiness. It sounds like something from a fairy tale, but it's not. Not anymore. I could do it, with the singing voice my mom gave me. I'll make everyone happy. This stage is where I belong. So I will continue to sing, even though my voice might break and I might lose everything I have. Oh! She just got some wings.
館内の動力コントロールを切り替え、イシリアル能力の伝達経路確保に集中します。
始まったか。あとは彼女に託すしかないな。
On the bridge of this arm, Yumina has just departed. We all keep our silence until the sounds is filled up by Yumina's singing voice.
力が湧いてくる。前よりもすごいぞ、これは。
ゼーレルムの動力が徐々に回復しています。天空体の支配に十分抗えるようです。
緑下ユミナの歌声か。改めて志の違いを感じるな。
It's a song that carries the feelings of the singer. The rough edges that were once in her voice are long gone. It flows around us as smoothly as water and touches our hearts. I can feel energy welling up inside myself. The ether frame's influence has grown faint, as if it's been banished beyond the ship's outer walls.
これなら十分にいける。異次元空間からの脱出も。
いや、まだだ。天空体に干渉できなければ力を奪われなくても門が開けん。
でもこの規模でイシリアル能力を行使していればどこまでの影響が現れるかわからない。ゼーレルムの動力完全に回復しました。さらに天空体のエネルギーと干渉を始めています。天空体のエネルギー反応にかすかな揺らぎを観測しました。その方向性が少しずつ乱れているようです。
The ether frame is still shining, but the glow is beginning to flicker like the light of a distant star. The ether frame is swelling and shrinking like a heartbeat. At the same time, I feel a wave of oppression rolling over me. But the change doesn't stop there. Little specks of light are starting to separate from the ether frame, like down drifting on the wind. The lights are drifting in our direction as if the song is attracting them.
なんだあれは。観測データはどうなってる？
多数のイシリアル能力の反応です。緑下さんとも天空体とも違うものですが。多数の反応？まさかそれって同化させられていたイシリアル？
More and more light separate from the ether frame until they're like a river of light flowing toward us. In the process, the ether frame loses its shape and its presence grows fainter.
天空体が消えていく。同化させられていたイシリアルが全て解放されているのか？
パルア、彼らをこの船に帰還させることは可能か？
Do they have bodies?
わかりませんが、やってみます。ゼーレルム周囲の赤力フィールドを調整、反応を全て補える形に。まさかユミナは本当に全員を助ける気？あれだけの数全てに強く干渉するイシリアル特性なんて。
ユミナのやつ、そんなことまでできるほどイシリアルとして成長していたのか。こんな力、ユミカと一緒にいた時ですら体験したことはないぞ。
But at this rate, is Yumina going to be okay? This power is exerted by Yumina's mind alone. She's trying to guide all those lights, even if it means shattering her own heart. This power is unbelievable. The pain she has to suffer in exchange also has to be unbelievable.
イシリアルらしき光を捉えました。このまま船内へ誘導します。
助かったってことなのか？天空体に飲み込まれてたイシリアルも俺たちも。
緑下さんのイシリアル反応が減衰しています。
I knew you should probably go up there and catch her before she cracks her head open.
歌が止まった。
Hey, just too late. What? Oh no. Baka! Val, send us to the combat bridge.
みんな助かったかな。これでいいんだよね。
We're in Yumina's room, standing on the bed. Yumina's lying on it. The third time we found ourselves here, but this time the situation is far worse than before. Cora finishes examining Yumina and turns to us. There's a distinct look of unease on her face.
かなり状態が悪いな。前回よりもさらに精神力の消耗が深刻だ。
No, are you saying that she's going to...
わからん。とにかく前回と同じように精神世界で彼女を何とかするしかないな。
Last time it looked like Yumina was merely asleep, but now her complexion is pale. She looks like she's sick. But she's not twisting or moaning as if she's having a nightmare. She's just lying there. It gives me the nasty feeling that her life might snap at any moment. I can't allow that to happen, even if she was prepared for this eventuality.
天空体から救出されたイシリアルはあの後どうなった？ゼーレルム内へ招き入れたところ、皆が肉体を取り戻すことができました。救出に成功したと言えるでしょう。
I wonder if they kept their clothes.
今は居住区のスペースに避難所を設け、そちらで保護しています。一部の人はすでに意識を回復し、記憶もはっきりしています。
もともと人の少ない船だからなんとかなったな。俺たちに感謝してくれてるイシリアルも多い。
Well, that's good, but...
そうだな。あとはユミナだけってことだ。
悔しいですけれど、私たちの力では緑下さんを助けることはできません。
保護したイシリアルたちのことは心配するな。その代わりユミナはお前らに任せるからな。
Yeah, I know. I'll save her no matter what. Zeta and Fowl leave the room without another word. It's just the four of us now.
さて、すぐに始めるぞ。このままではユミナの精神が崩壊しかねない。
Should I and I go together again like last time?
いや、場合によっては私も行く必要がある。二人では対処しきれないかもしれないからな。
I thought we needed you to enter the mental realm I thought we needed you to enter the mental realm in the first place.
いや、あれはお前たちの負担を軽減していたに過ぎ。私も入るなら負担は増すが、それを考慮していられる状況でもないだろう。
So basically, if you come along, then it'll be dangerous for us.
そうだ。例えばもし、ユミナが精神の死を迎えれば、中に入っていた我々も二度と帰ってこれなくなる。私が外にいれば巻き添えを食う前に歩夢たちだけでも助けられるが。
どうするかはこちらの判断による。
ああ、それがいいだろう。お前たちの安全を考えるなら。
I want you to come with us, Chief. Don't even wait for her to finish her sentence. We don't need to think about the possibility that we can't save Yumina. We're going in there to save her. If you come with us, then the chances of her recovery increase, right? Then there's no need to hesitate.
私も同感。あとは野となれ山となれ。間違えた。
いや、そうは言っていない。ユミナはいい友人を持ったと実感しただけだ。
Don't forget, Karara, you're included in our list of friends. Look who's talking. Yeah. Look who's talking. You're one of those friends too, Chief.
そうか。そうだな。
Karara smiles, even though I didn't mean anything by it. She's not sneering or mocking us. It's a genuine smile, which is rare in Karara's face.
話が決まったなら善は急げ。すぐに始めた方がいいと思う。
そうだな。行くぞ。今までで最大の救出作戦だ。
Going to save Yumina and bring her back. I say it as firmly as I can in the hope that it'll bring us even a single step closer to our goal. We look at one another and nod. I see the same resolve in my comrade's eyes. Welp, it's about 45.5 minutes if I can see my TV correctly. So, that means this part is over. But, look forward to the next one, whenever that'll be. We may never know. But, on a side note, Happy New Year!